Hi everybody, it's the Yuki and welcome back to Mudae Bot tutorials. It's been a while since I got to do one of these, since they've been trying to update the game, but finally we have something for you. In today's Mudae Bot tutorial, we're going to go over the tutorial of Mudae Bot. Yes, they actually have a tutorial now, so let's go. And then we're going to take a look at preset, at the dollar sign preset, and we'll take a look at how to back up your wish list and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at this update. This was on July the 27th, and we're gonna take a look at how this looks like. And the way you get to the tutorial is the dollar sign TUTO. It's the first four letters of the word tutorial. So we're gonna take a look at that, and there are different ways to get this. Well, not different ways, but you're gonna get a reward of dollar sign first wish bonuses badge and unlock a new feature called preset list. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Now, if you are playing with multiple server, like I do, but for the sake of tutorials like this one, you just have to complete the tutorial on one server and then you'll be okay, and then you can skip the tutorial. Now, if you beat the tutorial or complete the tutorial, there's some harder ones to see the other end game features, but you cannot skip those. Okay, make sure you guys take a look at that. In preset, we're going to take a look at how to see your or back up your wish list, disabled list, and anti-disabled list. And then you can load those on your commands, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment. First, let's actually take a look at this tutorial that they have provided for you as a player of the Mudae Bot. So I have my test server here, and I conveniently named this tutorial zone. So dollar sign TUTO, because tutorial is spelled TUTORIAL. So let's take a look at this. If it's thing here. So here's how it looks like. So it's going to be coming in an embed like this, like you would see with Me 6, and it will show you how to play the game. So to collect of your first character, it says type $W to spawn a random waifu or $H for random husbando. This is called a role, and it will explain how the timer is 30 seconds to claim a character every 3 hours. Now, keep in mind they will not go into premium content like how you can set it up for 1 hour. They will assume that it's a brand new server and you're not a premium member. Okay? And then it's gonna say check your collected characters, check $M, $MM to see your claim characters. If we use $W, it will do that. $H, it will do this. $MM, do this. And then the substep has been completed. See $, the same one. Go. And as you can see, we already completed the second one of the tutorial of part 1. Now keep in mind there are 17 parts to this tutorial. And I believe we are missing $WG, $HG. Let me see what else we need. $Lang, I believe is another one that we need. No. $W, we got that. $H, we got that. And then if you want a gender preference, you need the $M and then A or G. If you don't have a gender preference, or WA and $HA as well. So if you want to skip it, just use dollar sign. Just use skip TUTO. As you see this. So let's take a look at that. Oops, skip. tuto. Oh, that's right. You have to do the whole thing again. So you have to do the whole thing if you want to do the tutorial. I believe HA $, H. What else do we need? HA WA. Let's see what else. And M8MG. And then I believe Lang. And then oops. There we go. What else does it need? Let's see. Oh, it needs to claim. We need to claim somebody. That's why. Dollar sign. $W. Random waifu here. And I'm just gonna react with heart. And there we go. Now we got it. So you have to, don't forget to claim a character. Now, keep in mind by default, you need to click the happy face plus button. You need to react with a heart. Now the admin can change it using a command we will get to in later on. So now to get to the next one, $TUTO. And as you can see, we are now in number 2. Tutorial number 2. Okay, now for completing the first tutorial, we have received a 200 Kakero bonus. And I'll talk about the Kakero guide another time. So the next part is, let's talk about the database. And keep going. It's the same thing we did with the first tutorial, but it's now time for the database. And you're gonna learn how to use each feature of Mudae Bot. Now I cannot skip the tutorial because I never completed the tutorial. Okay, so I can't really skip it, and what I'll do for you guys is I'll actually complete the whole tutorial for you guys, tutorial series of this later on in its own video. But I just want to show you guys how the tutorial works. Next, let's take a look at a new command that I want to go over is preset. And preset has to deal with backup. So I'm going to make a new channel on purpose to create a new channel. And the new channel is going to be called backups. So backups, we're going to learn how to back up our Wist list and our other list. So let's take a look. It's just like saying computer. When you're on computer, you better back up your files. In this case, you better back up your Wist list. And to learn how to do that, we need to learn how to use $preset, P-R-E-S-E-T. And as you can see here, we have to create a backup of your current Wist list, disabled list, and anti-disabled list accessible in any server. That's right, any server that you play on, including mine, for that. So let's take a look at how this works. Please be very careful of your Wist list and disabled list and syntax. The syntax is very important because depending on which one you want to back up, will determine which one you're backing up. So let's take a look at my Wist list by using $Wist list. So I don't have much because I don't play much. My main goal for this particular thing is to teach you guys how to play. But I just put some in here for the sake of this tutorial. So let's take a look at the syntax that we need. So we need to use $QS or $QL along with WL1 or 2 or WL. So let's take a look at how it works. So QS or QS we use to save your backup, depending on which one you choose, 1 or 2. And then QL or QLWL2 will be using to load your wish list. So let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and save it. QSWL. I believe that's a 1. Right now, let's take a look. The $sign QS space, I believe QL. Yeah, WL or W1. Let's see if it's a 1 or L. Oh, you have to complete step 4 of the tutorial. I see. So you still have to complete up to step 4 of the tutorial in order to access this particular command. So let's go ahead and continue the tutorial, and then the rest of this will be in its own video. We're in number 2, so we're gonna learn how to use the database. The $sign IMA, and then let's say for example Sword Art Online, and we're gonna learn how to use this. And because we completed that step, you see this orange thing and see that we have completed this one. Now keep in mind when you're doing the commands, do not include the angle braces. That's what they are, like the less than sign and the greater than sign. It's just like a variable. Don't include the actual thing. Okay, so I said sort online, but it's anything you want. Then you want to search for a character, use $IM and then character name. Let's say $IM and then Ruka, Ruka. Now, if you're wondering who Ruka is, it's basically Luna from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but her name technically is Ruka. So because I said that, we completed that part of the tutorial. And then Wish for a character is $Wish, $WISH, and then space, and then a name of a character like this, and we completed that one. When you completed that, use $tuto, TUTO, and you're gonna see this. Now, if you completed all the steps, you go into number 3, and which is going to be timers, which is learning about the timers. So, claim reset, vote, all that good stuff. Now, if you guys remember, there's another thing called free claim. That's one of the rewards from this particular last tutorial. So that's why they're learning how to use that. So in order to know when your next claim reset is, use $MU. Then, if you want to learn how to use your vote, $vote. And then if you want to learn how to reset rows, $rows or reset. Now this comes after voting. You need to vote first in order to use your roles. Now because I didn't vote, it won't count. Okay? But you have 1 time per server to reset. So we're gonna vote for Mudae. I'm not gonna show you guys this on screen. But voting for Mudae is logging in with your Discord and authorizing your Discord bot, and you'll be okay. Then you can vote. Now, of course, unfortunately, you have to do something called watch an ad. Which sucks, but yeah, you have to watch an ad. You have to subscribe ad. But once you vote, yep, once you've already vote, you go back to the Discord bot and then you use rows again. $rows. And if you voted, check mark, and you completed that part of the tutorial. And we should be now collect a second character. And we're going to learn how to use a free claim. So free claim, ladies and gentlemen, is $FC. Now keep in mind, do not expect to get a lot of free claims in this game. You have to learn how to use events, learn how to play the event game, and you have to go to the main Mudae server to do that. So now that we've gone that, we can now use tuto, $TUTO, and we have to collect the second character. I forgot about that. So we need to learn how to use free claim, $FC. Now, you have one free claim. Do you want to use? Yes, you want to use it. So now that we have selected that, we have to claim a second character. Doesn't matter who, but go ahead and claim somebody and you'll be okay. And then you complete the tutorial. Okay, that's how you do that. Now that we completed that, now we can go to step 4, the tutorial. And this one talks about the actual tutorial page and Wist. So let's take a look at that. So see a previous tutorial page, you can use tuto 1, 2, or 3 for the corresponding page, just in case you forgot about how to do something. So let's go ahead and do that. tuto 2, and then you got that. We already learned how to do this, so we can go back to page 4. This one's already good, so we're good there. Now, $Wist without an argument. Now, an argument. Now, I'm not talking about a fight. I'm talking about like a command here in this case. So, an argument in the terms of this is a name. So, don't use a name. Just use $wish. And then you learn about how to use other Wist commands as well. And because we use $Wist without an argument, we already got that. If you want to learn how to search for a command using wish, use $search and then wish. $search and then wish. Like this. So anything with the word wish or anything related to the wish command using $search, then you can see all the commands for that particular thing. Or if you're looking for a particular command, you can type it out as well. Just don't forget the $sign with the command name. Let's go ahead and see where we are on tutorial number 4. And you can see the progress by using $TUTO. And the next two are check your Wist of the character and specified if you want to remove one. So here we go. So Wist characters is $WISH. LIST. So there's that, and then remove. If you want to remove one, so TUTO again. The above is going to be based on this particular list. So remember how you use $search and then wish. To remove one, you just use wish remove. Okay, and I'm going to remove Don for this one, just for this example. The $, wish, remove, Don. Sorry about that. Remove Don. There we go. And I believe we finished it. Let's see. Yep. Okay, now we completed step 4, so we are okay to use the new backup command. So once you get to step 4, you should be alright to do backups now. Now step 5, I'm going to complete the tutorial for you guys in another video so that we can go through this together. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about backups because that's the other new feature that is introduced in Mudae. So let's go ahead and do that. So random stuff here, and then let's put a divider, all that good stuff. Yay. Okay. Let's talk about backups once again. So $sign preset, if you guys remember, is this. And keep in mind, the syntax is very important. Okay. I want to remind you guys, the syntax is extremely important because if you put in a wrong letter, you're doing something else. Okay. So you need to learn how to use $sign QS, QL, and then you also need to learn how to use $sign QS space W1 or WL2. This 2. So let's go ahead and save our wish list by using $sign QS W1. Do you really want to replace your preset one in your wish list? Press yes or type Y. Now, let's take a look at our wish list. $sign wish list or WL if you wish. You wish. No pun intended. Okay, now that we have our wish list, now we need to learn how to load our wish list. To do so, you want to use $sign QL, and then space W1. You want to, yes. Okay, so let's see our wish list. So those are my wish lists right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're good. Our wish list is loaded. Okay, if you want to load a wish list, that's how you do it. Now, I want to try something. I want to do something. We're going to remove. I'm going to remove one other character. Let's go ahead and wish remove, and I'm going to show you how to do a second one. That's why. Wish remove, and then let's do the Luna loud. There we go. Now, because we have been saved it, she's still in play. But I'm going to replace her with wish would I like. Oh, let me see if oh, that's right. Let's replace her with Kagame Ren. Yes, I know. I play Hatsune Miku. Don't worry. Uh, yep. Okay, now we're gonna go do ahead and save this as number 2. So we're gonna use $sign QS space W2, and then we're gonna say yes. Now to make sure it works, we're going to our wish list. So right now, I have both Kagagames and along with a Luna in there. Now, let's go ahead and see our first wish list. Oh, let's save this one as 2. So SWL2. Yes. And then make sure it works. $sign wish list. That's correct. Now let's go ahead and load 1. So QL space W1. And then yes. And then let's see that one. The 1 had Luna Loud. For that one, now $sign QLW2. Yes. And then $sign wishlist. We have both Kakagames. Okay? That's how you do save and loading. very, 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 very careful that you don't load the wrong one. Because remember, I want you guys to remind you guys, if a wishlist character, remember you can only have two wishlists. If a character in wishlist 1, here's how I'm thinking it's going to work. If a character in wishlist 1 is rolled, it doesn't count if your wishlist 2 is loaded. Okay, so if your number 2 is active in play, then only those in 2 get notified for. But let's just say that I got somebody rolled Luna loud, but if my wishlist 2 is loaded, it won't count because that's only one, only a number 1. You can have the same character in wishlist 2, fish. But remember, you have to have it in 2 in order if you want to get notified for when that particular character gets rolled on that particular server. I want you guys to please keep that in mind. Next, we're going to do another command, which I believe they added, is this. So if you want to see your wish list again, check that out. Wish. The next part is called disabled list, and again, it's exactly the same thing, but instead of characters, you're looking at disabled list in terms of series or other cool stuff. The command is $sign QD or Q when it comes to backups, and QA or Q1 or 2 for anti-disabled. Okay, be very careful of this. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, so if you guys like that, you can do that. You can also change it to where your preset lists are disabled or defaultly by private. You can change it to public by using preset DM if you wish. Now keep in mind I would recommend not to change it because that's your own personal favorites. Because once they find out that you made it public, oh boy, everybody's gonna try to steal your character. Don't do that. Not to do that. Okay? And then let's see what else they have for the update here before we wrap up this particular update. Let's take a look at this. Let's see here. Another thing has been updated called Silent Step, but it has to deal with the tutorial. So called Substep Completed, like we said earlier. So that is it. That's going to wrap it up for this particular tutorial, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I know this was a lot because of the tutorial. What I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to actually complete the Mudae tutorial for you on a different video so that it's not competing with the tutorial that I'm providing you guys with. Okay? And then we'll go from there. If you guys like what you saw, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and enable your notifications on our way to 1,000. I am excited. For now, we'll see you guys very soon. We might be giving you guys that tutorial video tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you guys soon, y'all.